Hi, it's Kevin Fleming from Grupo Mariana, developer of Playa Mariana in Nicaragua, and you're walking with me right now. I'm in Masachapa. I haven't had a chance to do this yet, to come and show you Masachapa properly. You've seen it in pictures, you may have seen it with me hanging out of the window, and I need to be careful I don't get hit because I'm walking on the street. So the best thing to do would be to walk on this particular side, I think, right? So Masachapa is a really neat place. In another video you might have seen, this is the location where the Costa highway is going to be located and then moves on to Playa Mariana. It's also heavily used area for sugarcane. Has anybody seen sugarcane live up front on video, up close? So all this stuff grows rampantly all over Masachapa and Pochimil, and it's one of the larger industries in the area. Now when you come into Masachapa, you know, when you go around the rotunda, the future Costa highway, when you turn right, that'll take you to Montelimar, where they have the Barceló Hotel and Resort, and I've stayed there. We also owned a home down that way. There's some private homes in that area. It's about 2 kilometers down that way. Otherwise, when you come back up that road, this is the main drag of Masachapa. So let's look around, because this is where you can come get some quick groceries, some snacks. They have a small little park. Now Masachapa is only about 2,500 people, okay, maybe 2,800 people at this point. I have to go look at the consensus, but when I was here last, it was about 2,500. And it's very quiet, it's very community-like. And here, you'll be able to intermingle with the locals. You should feel welcomed coming into the town. It's not very large. It's not a large town. It's like, look, there's a dollar store here. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's a China store. There's more things in there that cost more than $1. But you know, that's actually new. I remember when I was living in Masachapa, those China stores didn't exist. Hola, buenas tardes. And let's keep going so you can see everything firsthand of what's happening. Happy Go is kind of like your 7-Eleven. All right, let me make sure I don't get hit. All right, you crossed over. So you got your pharmacy in here. Looks like there's your 7-Eleven stuff. You're going to be able to get anything you want in regards to the beach. Now Masachapa is heavy into fishing, okay? So while agricultural wise, if you consider sugarcane agricultural, okay, fishing is a huge industry in Masachapa. And Masachapa being located on the ocean, and we've been down there. You've seen that in a few of the other videos that I posted about Masachapa. It's really amazing down at the beach, but you haven't seen the town like I'm walking now. I'm always amazed in these Latin American countries how many pharmacies you need. There's one on every corner. That's 2. Has anyone counted all the pharmacies that you've seen in the last 5 minutes? I think I've counted 5, okay? So let's just keep going. We're almost at the turnoff. Up ahead, you kind of see a little red sign, a little guy on a little tricycle taxi. That's kind of where we're going to Pochimil. And when you go straight, about 1 more kilometer, then you get down to the beachfront. Now we may or may not go that way, but I definitely want to go check out some fruit stuff, okay? Voila. Is that pretty cool? Check out all this cool fruit. So all over Nicaragua, you have these fruterias, I believe they're called. Should I negotiate? You guys saw me trying to negotiate back in El Crucero. So let's find out how much the watermelons are. What do you guys think? We've heard 140, we've heard 100, so let's ask how much they are. Señor, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Estoy curioso, su sandía, ¿cuánto vale más o menos?
100 Córdoba.
100 Córdoba. Ok, 100 bien precio. ¿Y la piña? ¿La piña grande?
De la amarilla valen 120, de la blanca valen 50.
No, 50,
O sea,
50,
es
ok.
hawaiana.
50. ¿Y cuál es la diferencia de blanca y otro?
Es más dulce.
Es más dulce.
Correcto.
Ah, ok, so 120 por una piña más dulce.
Más dulce.
Ok, en verde es 50.
Esa es la comida blanca.
Pero la calidad es igual, ¿sí?
No,
No, diferente calidad.
diferente calidad.
Ah, ¿es un nombre particular? ¿Solo piña blanca?
Piña blanca,
Ok.
piña amarilla. Es decir, esa es la comida de blanca, pero esta la comida es amarilla.
Ah, ok, so piña blanca es más dulce.
No,
No, otra.
Amarillo.
Amarillo, yellow. Ah, okay, so piño amarillo. ¿Y los melones? ¿Cuánto vale por los melones ya? 80 córdobas. Okay. ¿Y los papayas?
80.
80 también. ¿Y los bananos?
Banana, 40 por la docena.
40 por much. Ah, okay, okay. All right. So I think he's fairly well priced. I think it's probably a little bit on the high side, but the price is mixed up all over the place. I'm sure if I was with my wife, she would tell me to stay in the car and she'd go negotiate a better price. Señor, ¿cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? Sí.
Sí.
Tu nombre?
Mi nombre, Manuel.
Manuel. Okay, gracias Manuel por su ayuda. And so I like negotiating, seeing what the prices are. But I know as soon as they see me, some white guy with a hat and a camera, the prices are definitely going to be higher. Let me cross the road. Let's go over here. When you want to see me talk to any vendors, go down below in the comments. And when I make my way around the areas, I will stop and make a video for you, okay? I don't mind. So you want to go see the market? Let's go see what else is over here. And that would probably be easy to get a taxi. Oh, by the way, in a previous video, hola, buen días, muchacha. In a previous video, you saw me trying to hail one of those tricycle taxis, so to speak. And I was having trouble, right? They kept passing me. Well, I learned the international signal, okay, because I was really curious of how to pull them over. So I was raising my hand up in the air, okay. Now, figures, I never done it before, so I had to learn. But I was really, really curious. So the way you do it, okay, look at my hand. You go like this, you know, so you just hold your hand out like that. And I guess that kind of means like, hey, I need some help. I want to go for a ride. So that's a little bit of Masachapa. I guess I could walk straight. You guys want to walk some more? Why not? It's only one more half a kilometer. Let me just make sure I don't get hit. All right. Let's go down. We might as well just come with me. There's another Oriental store, China store. Let's just keep going because we're only about a kilometer. We're just gonna go down to where that bus is. So that's basically Masachapa. Everything after that is in between life. Oh, pineapples right off the truck. I wonder if it's cheaper than 100. Let me ask him. Hola, señor. Disculpe. Su sandías, ¿cuánto vale?
Aquí hay sandía verde por acá.
¿Sandía verde? En grande, más o menos, ¿cuánto vale? ¿80?
80 se la voy a dar.
80 para uno. Ok, ¿y en piña blanca? ¿O amarillo? Ah, aquí. Es piña blanca.
50.
50. ¿En piña amarillo? It's already cheaper here.
50.
50 también. Oh, es bien precio. Ok. ¿Para grande, piña blanca? 50 por grande.
Sí.
Que yo quieres comprar una, por favor.
Una.
Y no sandía también.
Ahí la tiene.
Sí, dame, bueno, su decisión. So I'm gonna buy one because one is a good price. Two, I really want one. Okay. Hang on 1 second. I gotta pull out some money. Okay. So you guys get that? So that's about. Now I labeled the price I want to pay. I said 80 when everybody else is charging me 100, and of course he gave it to me right away because why? Probably the locals only pay 50. But that's okay. I like to contribute. I have no issues paying a little bit more because these people, they work very hard all day long, right? So he's gonna put it in a bag. So you're getting first-hand shopping experience right off the back of the truck. Okay, the pineapple and the sandia. Now the problem with that is I'm gonna have to carry it now because my driver is around the corner. So maybe that might be the end of my tour. We'll see in a second. So anyways, so we're in Masachapa. Again, Masachapa is 8 kilometers from Playa Mariana. It's a really cool town. Walking down that street, you're gonna find the town square, the church, and access to the water. And we're 1 second. Howard, come here for a sec. Howard's gonna come follow me and pick up the fruit. You see? Okay, that was Howard over there. He's with me today as we're on our way to Playa Mariana. He's driving the car. He thinks sometimes I'm crazy. I just jump out in the middle of nowhere. He's like, "You're gonna go walk the highway?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said that the other day too when I got out of the car to walk around. So here you see local life, just kind of how things go. You come by the stands, negotiate your price for your fruit. They stick it in a bag. Okay, aquí es la sandía.
Sandía.
Okay. Y piña. Ok, gracias. Mi amigo viene.
130.
130, ok. Es un bien precio, ¿eh?
Sí.
200.
Precio.
Sí.
Banana,
Maybe. ¿Cuánto vale por los bananos?
30 la docena.
Dame 30, yeah.
Una bolsita.
And I'll take some bananas too. I'll just help them out here too. Los plantains muy verde. Más o menos, ¿cuántos días por los bananos listos por cocinar? Like, 2 semanas?
Sí, 4 días, 3
Cuat-
días.
¿Solamente?
Sí.
¿En serio?
Si no se maduran,
Ah, ok. Madura rápido.
duro otro tiempo.
Yo me gusta. ¿Cuánto vale por, like, 4?
De eso, 40.
¿40? ¿Por 4?
Sí, a
Or
10
seis.
Córdoba. 10 Córdoba, 40.
Ok, ¿cuánto
Cuatro.
más? I have 100.
Aquí tenemos.
100, 100, que dame la...
Sobra para los 4.
Sí, porfa.
Completo.
Que poco, 4 completo. I'm gonna buy. So I give him 200. So 200 Cordobas is what I'm paying for all of this. So to put that into perspective, what am I getting? let's add it up. So in dollars, okay, US dollars, at 36 exchange, let's just say it's around $6. Okay, so for $6, I just bought a sweet pineapple. The yellow ones are sweeter than the white ones. I just found out. Okay, I didn't know that. I was always kind of curious. I guess I was just kind of like 50-50 when I bought a pineapple in my life. So I got the pineapple, I got that watermelon, and I got 4 plantains and a thing of bananas for 200 Cordobas, about $6. So not a bad price. So I'm just gonna tell my guy, okay, so los 4 es aquí, ¿todo bien? Okay, so I'm gonna go, ¿todo bien? Okay, perfectamente. Gracias, amigo. ¿Cómo se llama?
Gerardo,
Gerardo.
Don Gerardo.
Gerardo. So,
Aquí va a montar.
sí, por favor, atrás, por favor.
Vámonos.
Oh, I did bring mine. I was looking for this hat. I thought I left it at home. But I do have my Group of Mariana hat. I'm gonna have to make a costume change. Okay, this is great. I love this stuff. See, isn't this fun, right? You're right into the cultural neighborhood of Nicaragua, and this is how things are. Gracias, Gerardo.
Vámonos.
Mucho gusto.
Pero siempre. yo.
Okay, gracias. Okay. So there you go. We bought some fruit. Let's continue on. Let's go down to the beach because, you know, like, why not? We're already here. Now, I've eaten here at night. I remember we had a beach house here. We used to come here in the evening sometimes. Not too often, mind you, but we did come. And we would sit down here in the evening and have some street food and just relax. Here's the main park. That's where all the baseball and the soccer and everything takes place. And you know what's interesting is back in the day when we were really busy and first started out, because we always knew Masachapa was going to be a hub for Playa Mariana, I looked to rent a house here, and we found one in partnership with a real estate agent that was working in the area. Now, I'm not sure if he's actually still around anymore, but the house certainly looks a little bit more run down and abandoned than it was when we actually were renting it, because we painted it and we had furniture here. The master plan went at us, and it was amazing. But the house was right over here on that corner. So it was an amazing location in the country. I think we were paying like $400 a month, but I'm curious now, so let's just walk over and see. You know, so you could probably get houses for like $300 a month in these small towns to rent, $300-400. So it was this location right here. Okay, we had painted it all brown, and there was a sales center in there, and it looked really great. I got some amazing photos of when that was done. Buenas tardes. Hey, hey, friends. ¿Te habla inglés? ¿Sí? ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama?
Angel.
Angel.
John.
¿Y usted?
Daniel.
Rodriguez, huh? Daniel.
I'm from San Rafael.
¿Tú eres from San Rafael del Sur? Ay, mi favorita, San Rafael del Sur. Me gusta mucho. ¿Por qué eso es aquí? ¿Trabajando?
Estamos tomando un poquito de licor.
Ah, y aquí, dígame, ¿tú mira aquí mucho turista viene? Like, invernismo?
Turismo is to the beach.
Yeah, a la playa, claro.
Costa.
A la costa. Yeah, sí, but aquí viva?
Sí, tiene 3 entradas. One key,
Sí.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, que la Summer Hotel y Restaurante, esa ya.
Exacto, sí, summer.
¿Y tú trabajando aquí o en San Rafael del Sur?
San Rafael,
San Rafael.
chef.
Chef, ¿en
Yo.
serio?
Yo.
Ay, ¿cuántos años tú eres chef?
23, Saudi, 16.
16. ¿Cuántos años tienes? 16.
23.
You're 20, oh, 23. Ah, ok, súper bien. Ok, yo continúo mi caminando. Muchas gracias por tu tiempo.
Sí,
Hey.
mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto bien. Yo vivo aquí. So let's continue, all right? So we just meet people, we just say hello. Look, and these are those other pulperias. Remember we were talking about that last time? I couldn't remember the name. I thought they were tiendas because that's what they call them in Mexico. But we're nearing the end of this walk. And I'm so glad I've done this because I really wanted to do this for a long time. Hey, look, they even got an English school here. Jesus Hyper English School. And certainly you can get here from Managua on the buses. And that's the bus from Portugal. Let's go this side so we see a little bit more. I gotta remember, I was looking at the camera yesterday and some of the other videos, and as I'm talking to people, I noticed, whoa, I don't want to walk down that. I forgot that I'm right here in front of you. I'm just talking to the guys. So I'll try not to do that again in future videos. Maybe it's better if I just hold my arm straight out like this, okay? But that gets a little tiring for 15 minutes. This is the church, a small iglesia here in Masachapa. Let's walk this way. All right, now I've never been in there, except I've seen some pictures when my photographer was with us on one of our events. And it's nice in there, it's small. It's kind of nice when things are small and quaint. And you saw one little park area. This is another small park area. And we're almost at the beach. And you know what? I've gotten this far, even though you've seen the beach, maybe this is the first video you're watching of Masachapa and you haven't seen the other ones. So I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going. I got time, why not? And so now we're almost reaching like the end of Masachapa proper, from an area in which, I don't wanna say tourism, but let's say commercial and activities, because the roads, they branch out in both directions, left and right, where all the neighborhoods are. So now I've eaten at this hotel restaurant Summer Masachapa. Really nice, the food's good. Although I will say, if anyone from Hotel and Restaurant Summer is watching this video, you need to get some fans in your restaurant, because you know why. I'm not going to tell you. You know why. So let's walk down here. Let's see if we can identify any more foreigners in this country. This is the Harbor Master Control Area. Hola, buenas tardes.
Hola,
and those are those little tricycle taxis I was trying to rent in San Rafael del Sur. You saw that police station when we came into town at the beginning of this video. This was the one that was here before. So a significant improvement. And let's keep going. You see the water now, right? Does that look great? Now I don't know if it's high tide or low tide now. So I've said before in the past, I never like to look at the tide reports because it makes for a nice surprise when you get to the beach and it's either low tide or high tide. But I can already tell that it's closer to low tide than it is high tide. So let's go and take a look. My Howard's probably wondering where I am. I think he saw me come down here. So let's go take, so this is Masachapa. This is where everything happens in the morning. And it's 11:30 right now to give everybody some perspective. And we are in the month of February 17th. Okay, only a couple more days to our launch, everybody. A couple more days to our real estate launch. And business is open. And here, when you want to come, you want to get onto the ocean. Now, we don't have a marina in our location, but we have Masachapa. And you can come here and talk to any fisherman, and he'll take you out onto the ocean to do whatever you want for as long as you want. Okay, to go catch whatever you can, because they've got lobster here, shrimp, halibut. I haven't seen any swordfish yet. Okay, salmon, I haven't seen salmon, although it's on some menus. But here's Masachapa. I don't need to walk any further. So this is the beach down in Masachapa. This is not where all the public goes. The public, for going in the water and swimming, they mainly go to Pochimil. You may have seen that in a previous video. But here you have a few hotels down on the beach and restaurants. And this is Masachapa. Okay, and we used to own a house just down there where that kind of bridge looking thing is that's kind of fallen apart. A long time ago, we had a house there for about 5-6 years. That was an amazing experience while we were developing land in the country and having events at our particular house. And it made for such a convenience when the Playa Mariana is only, back then it was 15 minutes away along the dirt road. But now, from that rotunda, you just gotta go 8 kilometers at about 70, 80 kilometers an hour, although that would be speeding because 50 kilometers is the speed limit. So you get there in about 10 minutes. So that's Masachapa. I think I am going to end the video there because we just walked the whole entire town. And wasn't that fun?